Okay, so this call is to illustrate how to provide a submission to the Women's Conference, Women in Computing in Rabat in March 2019. So I'm handing over to Kautar. Please go ahead, Kautar.
Well, thank you very much, Susan, and thanks everybody for attending this call. So what we will show you is the various, track that we have. So what you see here is the conference webpage. And if you click on About, it will give you an overview about, the conference, the little bit of history of the conference and what the goal of the conference. So as most of you know, so this is the 6th International Conference of Arab Women in Computing. And the goal is to inspire, and celebrate women in computing in the Arab world. And the key thing is also to create linkage between these ladies and also with the global technical ecosystem. So also the goal of the conference is to explore state-of-the-art computing technology and also the latest innovation and trends in research, development, entrepreneurship, and also we're adding a women leadership track this year to encourage also women to become more leaders, give them tips and tricks, share experiences, and also, talk about career development in general. So I think those are really important things that we all should be aware of, and we should all learn from each other's experiences. So if you look at the website, so you can look at the About to give you a little bit of overview about the organization in general. So there are also links to the Arab Women in Computing organization website. And you can see also here previous ArabWiC conferences. Many of them were really success conferences, and you can also check the programs of these conferences. So, for example, about 2 years ago in Lebanon, we had our largest ArabWiC 5th annual conference in Beirut, and really a very interesting program that I'll invite all of you to check out. So let's go back to this year's conference. If you click on the call for participation, we can see that we have these are the tracks that we're having this year. So the research track, this is mostly focused on research, innovations in the field of computing. And there are a lot of topics here, so we're not really focused on any particular topic, but there's a lot of emphasis on emerging technologies, things like artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud. So it's a wide range here, but we hope to get submissions from the key hot areas, things like AI, machine learning, deep learning, cognitive, blockchain, IoT, security, big data, data science, and so on. So we've selected here some of the topics that we think are really important. So you can see here the guidelines for the submissions. So those are regular papers that should not exceed 6 pages. So this is similar to any technical conference that you might have participated in. And this is about showcasing your research, things that you're working on as part of your master thesis or your PhD, so this is mostly targeting graduate level students, but it's not also limited to only grad level, undergrad students and also professionals in general, not just in academia, that are doing any type of research or leading edge innovations are welcome to submit to this track. So the good thing is those are peer-reviewed submissions, and we managed to get ACM to index our publications. So the accepted papers will be indexed, which is really great for all the people who submitted and get accepted publications. This research track also will feature posters. So anybody who is in early stage research is welcome to submit a poster to entertain early ideas or ongoing research in its early phases. So this will give you an idea what we're expecting in terms of the submission. So this would be an abstract that doesn't exceed 2 pages. And you can include in this submission tables, figures, references, anything that showcase what the work is about, what you're trying to do, especially that this is usually work in progress. So you can see here the submission deadlines, and if you want to submit, so I'll give you an overview of all the different submissions, and then I'll show you the submission system. So this is regarding the research track. We also have a tech, industry, entrepreneurship, and leadership track. So actually what we've done here, those are multiple sub-tracks here. So there is industry, technology, and applications track. And the goal here is to have submissions that relate to business, commerce, industry, startups, as well as corporations and government initiatives. So we wanted to build here a community that is focused on technology and innovation applied to business, industry, and government in the MENA region. But this is not, again, restricted to the MENA region. I mean, there's a big focus on the MENA region, but submissions also outside of this that the MENA region could learn from are also welcome. So you can see here the topics that we're interested in, but again, this is just to guide the submission process. So the topics are not limited to these. You can see here, for example, applications in e-government. And so this is mostly about applied technology for industry, government, and so you can see here AI, machine learning. So this is about, technologies in applied domains in the technology and industry. There is also the entrepreneurship track. So this is a forum, the goal is to provide a forum for practitioners and industry leaders to learn and interact on the latest trends and best practices in technology, also as applied to the region. And here, especially in the entrepreneurship field, this is a booming thing right now in the Arab world and outside of the Arab world, of course. And here the idea is to discuss topics related to startups, how to become, investable in the region, how do you find the right co-founder. So a lot of topics that will help people interested in starting a journey in entrepreneurship, how startups work. So people who've already doing this or interested, in the entrepreneurship field are really interested in submitting in this track. The other track here, or sub-track, to be more precise, is the Women in Tech Career and Leadership track. So this is a lot focused on career leadership, best practices, experiences related to professional development, non-technical skills that are necessary to advance, operationalize, being dynamic. How do you manage your career with so balance your career and also your personal life. So, and all those are really kind of survival skills in the professional worlds. So topics are not again limited to this list here. So work-life balance, how do you present things effectively, how to work in male-dominated environment, negotiation skills, career satisfaction, growing up in your career, mentoring, coaching, volunteering, and a lot of other interesting topics for women. Again, leadership is also very important. How do you lead and manage change? How do you manage upwards, downwards, and sideways? So those are for the people interested in exploring management careers. And also here, there are topics related to innovation, patenting. How do you create a patent? What would make an interesting patent? How do you build strong teams? So those are really great topics here that would be of benefit to the community. There are also topics related to academia for people interested in academic careers, and how do you manage all of that? So the deadline again here, and at the bottom you see a submit, and we also have submission formats. For any of those tracks, we propose different submission types. For example, you can submit a lightning talk, which is 5 minutes, usually a short talk that doesn't exceed 5 minutes. And we have here templates where the lightning talk is. And what your submission should consist of. So you need to have a title, the people who are submitting, which track will this fit in, an abstract describing what the talk will be talking about, and who would be the target audience, a little bit of bio about the presenters, and the description. So for example, these talks usually describe work in progress, new or untested ideas or opportunities for collaborative work. And this is the goal for this is to trigger or start a discussion to find collaborators or get feedback from the audience. And these are really short talks. So this will give you an idea what a lightning talk is. We also have templates for presentations and demos, and we encourage everybody to follow these templates. So we have also we're trying to standardize the submission format to make it easier also for us to review and also be fair while reviewing these submissions. So we can explore these things offline. You can see also here the templates for the poster. For any of the submissions here, we have provided templates to guide the submission process, but for people who maybe want to deviate a little bit from the template, it's okay, but we encourage you to follow these templates as much as possible. And then the other one is tutorials. So those are meant to teach or educate the audience about a particular topic in technology. For example, you can have a topic about how to use maybe deep learning in the cloud, or a topic about maybe blockchain. So those basically experts who have done this or who've given tutorials before are highly encouraged to submit. Or if you you have created a technology and you're interested in teaching the audience about it, then you can also submit a workshop or tutorial. So these are typically 1 to 3 hours tutorials, and those are delivered by scientists and practitioners who really know the topic very well, and will provide in-depth learning experiences on one of the state-of-the-art topics from all areas: computer science, engineering, data science. Again, we have a submission template here that you can explore in details offline. So this shows what we would expect in a tutorial submission. So let me try one of the submit buttons here, just to show you how you would do an actual submission. Instructions here, okay, but all of this also is in the website. And then you need to select one of the tracks. So ignore the first one. This is mostly for track chairs only. So there is research track, industry, entrepreneurship, women in tech career and leadership track, tutorials. And I'll skip also the scholarship. We're using the same system also for the scholarship applications. So if I select the research track, I click on continue, and this will show me the first page. So first you have to fill in information about the authors. Usually there are more than one author in a submission. And then you can add more authors. So here it's just showing the fields for up to 3 authors, but there's an option to add more authors here if you need to. You enter the title and the abstract, and then some keywords. For example, this paper is about maybe data science, or is about deep learning, or is about distributed computing. So it's good to have some keywords that will give an idea in general what your paper submission is about in terms of the topics. And you click on browse here to upload the paper. So the paper in this case is a PDF format. So all the submissions here should be in PDF format. So you can use the templates to guide you, and then you generate a PDF format, and then
looks like people are okay. I think they've followed the process. I don't see any questions in the chat.
It's pretty simple, but again, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And if there are also suggestions to improve this, let us know.